No, it's not salt. God, we're so professional.
Yeah, we are.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wait a few minutes for people to show up. I guess I should talk louder. I don't want to talking so soft. Today is egg cutting day. Our first egg cutting day of the year. Here's the problem though. I checked these literally yesterday, and I had eggs to cut. They weren't pipped. It's like, well, come tomorrow. Nothing's pipped. It'll be time tomorrow. And I came down here, and they're all out, like all of them. So that kind of is a bummer. Nothing for me to cut and play with, but that's okay. We're going to pull this out, and then we'll go through them all. Come on, guys. Blip, blip. I know. I'm going to get rid of all your stuff. You're not going to be very happy with me. I know. Here, stay put. Stay put. I don't want to know what's in there yet. And then I'll tell you the pairing. So the reason we're doing that is I just don't want a baby to possibly get self caught on any of this grating here. So I like to pull the grating out. Usually I'll pull that out right when we cut. Just when they start coming out, I have to worry about it, because by the time they're cut, I have to worry about the egg grounding. However, we're a little late on here. Another thing I always do is, since I'm using Q-tips or anything else to be in there and say, I make sure all the Q-tips are out. So we got them all. I did have a snake eat a Q-tip once. I only know that because it pooped it out. Not something I want to repeat, so we started pulling all the Q-tips out, because it's probably not good for it. So let's talk about this clutch first of all. What were our pairings? Well, our pairings were, I'll show you, I'll pull out the snakes and show them to you. This guy's in shed. I'll pull him out. Get up. I'm worried about showing him over there. He's in shed. Big old bumblebee. Die fly. One of my oldest snakes. This is the first one of two I got at the same time. Ball pythons I have ever owned. I never owned a ball python. At first was a boa guy. Then I had a carpet python. Then I got a ball python somewhere circa 13 or 14. And he was one of the first ones, along with another male. I had two males. He was going to be the first snake I was going to flip. But I liked him so much, when I picked him up, I decided not to sell him. And then the mother is over here. Is that the right one? Yeah. You got two of these. I had to make sure you get the right one. And she is your traditional super lesser bell. So why did I do this pairing? Because it seems like kind of an odd pairing. You know, I mean, not what most people would use a bell for. And not what I really wanted to use a bell for. But the fact of the matter is, both those females are in-house produced. And I haven't got either of my female bells to go before. So I wanted to see what the issue was and switch up the male I was using. So I used the same male with one of them, which is GHI, which is a proven male, but it may not work with that girl. I don't know. And I used my boy Apollo, who would literally breed a garden hose with this female, because I knew he will breed anything. And lo and behold, we got, I think it was 6 babies, or 6 eggs anyway, and all of them hatched from the looks of it. So that's really good. So what do we expect in here? Well, the traditional expectation would be everything to be lesser, right? So everything should be lesser, although there's some funky looking ads, something funky. Half the clutch should get pastel, half the clutch should get spider. So we could have lessers, lesser bees. What would that be called? There's a name for it when you have the lesser pastel spider. And that's what we're going to find. Now, there is a chance to see super pastel in here, because our bells actually have a chance of being pastel bells. We never bothered to try it, so here we go. So let's see. Oh, see? That's why we look at Q-tips. There's another one in there. Get out of there. So we'll start with, pull out these two here. That looks like, well, a lesser. That's what that looks like to me. This one here looks like, oh, that's interesting, a lesser. Possible lesser pastel. Where I'm seeing that is our colors. This was more blushed and brighter. That one probably is a lesser pastel. Again, these literally just came out. Look at the head stamp on it. Hey, come here. See how that was much lighter? So that's probably a lesser pastel. You can also see the shade of color lighter here, whereas this is probably just going to be a straight lesser. So
Oh yeah, definitely.
that's what we're working with there. Then everything else in here, you guys stay over here. Actually, you guys can stay in there. Maybe. You know what? Yeah, Emma, and I'm terrible with names, but her boyfriend hanging out with us. They had a little bit of a car breakdown, so they had to come visit us. Shit happens on the road sometimes. Just hold those guys. Don't let them run off. Thank you, thank you. And then what else do we have in here? Well, all of these apparently have spiders, so that is really cool. The question is, are we going to have anything with super pastel in it? So this is, and you can tell by the head, probably a lesser spider. I don't think that's got pastel in it. I do believe the head would be more blushed. Lesser bees, though, by themselves are awesome. This one is a lesser pastel spider, I think. It's got a very nicely blushed head. That one looks a lot like that. So what I'm seeing is it's most likely that our bell is not a pastel bell. It's just a straight bell, which is fine. It would have been just lucky had it been the other way around. And here we have another one that fits here. So we probably have two lesser spider pastels, and then two lesser spiders, and then one lesser and one lesser pastel. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all healthy, all nice and big, all doing good. Another Q-tip piece. Don't eat that. Gross. We're going to put them back in here for right now. And what we'll do with them here in a few minutes is I'll actually set these guys up. I did try shedding them out in these tubs, so I know people who do that, and it does work fine. But it's just honestly not my favorite thing. So I might set them up today or tomorrow. We'll put them in a tub just to shed out together with an actual water dish. I just feel it's better to give them a full water dish. And we're going to move on, because if these guys are all already out of the egg when I opened it, that means this clutch, which is only 2 days behind, would be ready to cut. So what are we looking for here? Well, these would be why I named this thing double recessive question mark. They are possible true ghost. This is something we've been trying for a while. It's an in-house het to an in-house het, or double het, I should say. We made all of the double hets, so we know they're legit on that. We have made Xanthics out of it. I think we've even made Ghost out of it. We've never hit the double. I think this is like the third clutch. So we're really hopeful to get it. We have, as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chances. All 6 good eggs.
Also, happy birthday, Hyperspace Reptiles.
Oh, we have a birthday in the house. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Tell me it's your birthday. I sing like shit, and you have to act like you enjoy it when you don't. So happy birthday. So let's get back to cutting. That's better than you'll see at a restaurant. So here we go. And the way I like to do this, for those who haven't seen the channel first, I use small scissors. I don't use a big razor blade. I don't use any big goofy scissors. I don't use anything novelty. There's nothing wrong with doing any of that. I know guys are very skilled with the razor. I'm not one of them. I drink too much caffeine, and I'm shaky at loud noises. I mean, gunshots and shit. So,
Caleb, the feed is very bad.
Well,
yeah,
probably
internet.
Not Caleb's fault. We are still waiting on them to actually run the fiber optic line. It's taking them so long. We're looking into other options, trying to use something from upstairs to reach down here better, but there's really not a great solution. Part of that, though, why we do this isn't necessarily to have the cleanest feed in the world. It's because we want to be transparent, and nobody else shows you every clutch. And it's something that I pledged to do early on. I pledged to continue to do, even if it's something that may be a shit show. We're going to show it to you. So, and I've done that before. I cut a lot of shit for it. Here we go. We'll start cutting these. And there's also a possibility of spider in these, I should say, too, because one of our double hets is a spider. One is not. Don't do spider to spider. That's bad.
If you guys want to come on this side, you can. So you can actually see something.
And the first one looks like, see, that's his head there. So I'm going to guess based on that head stamp. There's some movement. We're probably looking at probably a regular ghost in there. That would be my guess. What do you think, Caleb? Do you agree with that?
I would agree. Cut this one last. This one is 100% the true ghost.
100% true ghost.
Guaranteed.
Since you guaranteed it, we're going to cut it last. I would like it to be, and how about this one to be? We'll cut this one next.
Alrighty. Brittany German said you guys are awesome, and the very reason she bought 3 snakes.
Awesome, Brittany. I don't know if you bought them for me, though. That's okay. Give them anywhere you can. I don't care. I am glad to see people getting into it. This hobby has to... What the fuck? Oh.
Called that one.
Oh.
I think I should have called that one.
So here's what we're looking at here. This is definitely spider Xanthic. It could just be a very light in color, still coloring up, because that is pretty light. Or that could be, and I'm not gonna call it until I get to see it out. That though, y'all.
Dang, I called the wrong one.
That could be a true ghost spider, which would be massive for us, because then it means we get to move on to some other double recessive projects. I don't really want to move on until I hit this. We hit our Snow, which, by the way, we named her Snow. For those that don't know, his name is John. So we have John Snow. And, protect the north or whatever, right? So that could be that. We may have just hit a true ghost spider. Again, I'm not going to say for sure because sometimes xanthics will look like that and then they'll color up more. But what's really getting me along there is the sides. They don't look like the traditional. Man, that thing looks good though. It could be. It could just be seeing the side, not the back. See, that could be just an xanthic spider. That's the back there though, for sure.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I'm going to say that for last still, Caleb.
Yep.
Because honestly, I was going to cut these a day or two from now, but obviously we're doing pretty good since the rest of them are done. These were in the exact same spot and literally laid 2 days after.
No bamboo females. Someone asked if you had bamboo females.
I don't have any bamboo. It's not that there's anything wrong with bamboo. It's just not a project I've ever gotten into. Oh, look at this too. That's looks like a ghost from here, doesn't it?
Yep.
That's moving all around. So far we're doing pretty good on the odds. I don't know how the fuck I'm gonna cut that one. Oh, sorry, I said fire truck on camera. Please don't demonetize me, YouTube. Also, if you get a little egg goop on your hands, just eat it. Don't do that. Don't eat it. I did not do that. If somebody super chats $20, I'll taste it. That's my deal. Okay, well, let me know if there has to be one person. Y'all can't stack that shit up, okay? If one person super chats, why did I say 20? I should have said 100.
Yeah, 20's locked in though.
I said 20. You do it, I'll taste egg albumin. I'm like that kid in the grade school probably guy that eats like a bug for $1. You know? Inflation's a bitch, though, people. That one actually could be the first normal double het possible out of there. It don't look too ghosty from here, but I can't see much of it. Some of this is going to be hard to tell until it's out. Okay. You guys stay there. You're going to sit there. Are you guys ready to disconnect? I should have done this before I cut them.
Yes, Anna, she did tell us about the bumblebee clutch. Your mom asked.
Oh. Okay, we're good now. Now I can get to that one. Note. Next time, I should have done it. I just wasn't thinking because I was excited to cut these. Set them first if you're going to need to, so you're not spilling out egg albumin everywhere. Especially if your humidity is low, which ours is not. But if it's low, you want to keep as much of that fluid in there as you can.
Sean from Howard says hi.
Hi, Sean. So it's got spider in it. I think, yeah, it does. Okay, look at that snake. Caleb, what do you see there?
So that, I think, is spider xanthic. And I think that one up there is going to be your spider true ghost.
I think you're absolutely right. And here's where you can kind of really tell in the comparison. Look at how the lines differ.
Yeah.
See how dark black that is? How this is not dark black? I think we hit it, guys. I think that's it. We're going to cut the last one anyway. We're going to cut the Caleb egg. You still guarantee it?
Still guaranteed. Right
Guaranteed. Guaranteed.
100%. I should have picked the other egg.
Did you almost pick the other egg?
I did. Patrick says sold.
Patrick, that's the only true ghost I have. Good luck buying that from me, because...
Oh, no.
Are you seeing it?
I don't know. Maybe. I see more color than I think I should.
Yeah.
Gosh, dang it. At least it's an xanthic, so I didn't hit a normal.
Is it, though? Yeah,
No,
that's xanthic.
yeah.
Maybe not. Maybe it's a little albumin.
Shoot. No, that's a normal.
But...
It's technically not normal. It's 66% double het. I think I picked the worst egg.
You probably picked the worst egg.
Dang it.
It's all right, though, man. It's all right. So very, very excited. We're just going to group these together. There's some thoughts that they're touching. It helps them come out the egg a little bit better. So put those all up. Now I'm also going to tell you guys one other quick story. Everything looks healthy in there. We'll make a determination when they're out, because they're not out yet. But they're going to be. So I think we got a ghost here. Probably maybe a ghost there. Maybe not. Definitely not a ghost there. That did not happen. That looks like an exanthic spider.
Yep.
That looks like either another double het or a possible ghost. And this one here looks like the trifecta.
Oh, yeah.
We've been waiting on,
Yep.
y'all,
Yep,
which
yep.
is awesome. So, let me clean my hands all off. Again, we'll check this out. So, we're going to be washed later. Now, I'm going to tell you something. Again, this is what about transparency is about. It's about learning. That's why we're all so transparent, because we think it helps people learn that are new. Some of you may have already been like, yeah, this is old news, don't care. But for those 5 people, is that what we got watching still? Probably 5?
Not 34.
34? Those 34 of you still on here, and those who watch this later, I'm going to tell you something about this clutch right here, okay? So, I was gone when these clutches were laid. Kurt set them up. He did a fantabulous job. I asked him how it went. He said, clutch 1, there was an egg that did develop a small pinhole when he was setting them up. It happens when you try to separate things. He had both of them in a big tub because he didn't want to make it any worse, sealed up on its own. I come in, I'm like, I do this all the time. I don't want both of them in the same tub because of identification problems and just taking too much space. I want to move one of them to a small tub and leave one in the big tub because I don't want to separate them tub. I should have just moved both of them small tubs. But anyway, so in doing that, I had to separate those eggs, right? And to get them in here, otherwise they wouldn't fit. I made that pinhole much bigger. So big, in fact, I plopped out a blob of shit right out the egg. It happened. And I was like, oh, cap that up. You can band-aid those. In this case, it was right by a spot, so they're able just to put pressure. It self-seals. With that leaky stuff will get sticky. And I left those 2 connected. Didn't try to separate that spot. Worked elsewhere. Left them connected. As you can see, it sealed up. It hatched just fine. And you can't even tell which snake that egg was in, and neither can I, since they were all out. I would have shown you that egg and how that worked beforehand, but they were all torn apart and gone, so I couldn't. But the point I'm making is, even when something doesn't go perfect, like you rip an egg, doesn't mean the snake's dead. Incubate that anyway, seal it up as best you can, and move on with life. You can use a Band-Aid. I've heard of some people using Elmer's glue. In this case, since it was right there, and it wasn't like a big hole ripped, it just plopped it out, pushed up against the other one, a little bit of pressure, let that seal, problem solved. And obviously, as you can see, there's no ill effects from that, right? All right, is there any questions out there before we get out here?
Bill asked how much spider exanthics are.
I'm gonna sit down. Woo! That was a exciting one. How much are spider exanthics? Well, Bill, the snake market is a shit show of a mess right now, and prices change fairly frequently. So I can't really quote you a price on that animal until it's ready to sell, because I may quote it today based on what I think the prices are right now, off the top of my head. Usually I do a little research before I price anything just for a few minutes, and be way off by the time it's ready, one way or the other. So I may screw you, or I may screw me. So I don't even want to speculate on what the price is going to be for that animal until it's ready. I can tell you if that one comes out and is a true ghost spider, let's say that is a true ghost spider in there, the price on that, I can quote that for anybody who is curious. Just say the word and I'll tell you the price on that one. So I do have that one already figured out in my head. Any other questions?
Not yet so far. Looks like Patrick and Hyperspace are talking about who's going to get the exanthic het hypo or hypo het exanthic.
Oh, so on the het, remember, any visual is 66% chance of being het for the other gene. So everything in there is 66% het for each gene unless it's visual. And if anybody wants to know how that works, it's because there's 4, when you have a het to het breeding, there's 4 possibilities, right? Nothing, visual, het from mom, or het from dad. So het from mom or het from dad equals the same. It's het. So that'd be half of them would be het. So how the hell do we get to 66%? You can throw out the possibility of visual, leaving only three possibilities. Het from mom, het from dad, no het at all. So that's how we get to the 66% het. Any other questions?
Not so far.
Nobody's going to ask what the price of that ghost is? That true ghost?
No.
So I wanted to
Patrick, we don't have to talk about the normal that I picked. We're just going to not.
I think we should talk about that a lot. If that is a true ghost in there, the price for it is Not gonna happen. It's a holdback. I'm keeping that. And it's not because those snakes are ungodly expensive. They're not what they once were. They've actually, one of the things that have come down in price. I think last time I looked, that's probably, I don't know, $2,500, something like that. Which is still expensive, don't get me wrong, but it's not what they used to be when I first started doing this project. But in that case, it's not about making money, it's about I want one, and there it is, and I made it, and nothing is better than what I made. Case in point, I started brewing my own beer, and the best beer I've ever had was the first beer I actually made. If I give it to anybody else, they're probably not going to say the same thing, but it's mine. I made it. Well, I cupided that. I guess I didn't actually make it. I just paired them up, and they made it. It'd be weird if I did it, having a little human face. But anyway, so I'm going to keep that one. That's genetically psycho. That should be like something on a plane and somebody yelling snakes. Okay, I'm back to reality. Anything else before we get off here?
No. Someone asked what is in the ghost, but hyperspace reptiles answered that one.
Why, thank you, hyperspace. What is in the ghost?
Yeah.
Ghostbusters.
Looks like that is all the questions.
Perfect. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Sorry if the camera got
when are you coming back to Gatlinburg?
Is that who's that from? I got an idea who's watching me on that one.
Gatlinburg, Hutsy?
That's right. That's it. So we actually may be there for a day in July. Maybe. One day. And for those of you that don't know, Gatlinburg's an area that I love to travel to. Love it, love it, love it, love it. It's beautiful. It's mountains. It's moonshine. It's good food. It's national park. It's wildlife. It's black bears. You name it. But if you want to know what's going on in downtown Gatlinburg, that sets literally right by the national park. If you go there, hit the park, follow Gatlinburg Hussey. He will keep you up to date on all the comings and goings of Gatlinburg from a view right downtown where he's at. He's pretty funny. So check his channel out if you get a chance. He'll take good care of you if you ever go into Gatlinburg. Anything else?
Nope.
All right, guys.
That is all.
That's it. Thanks for watching. I'm going to hop up off of here and keep checking these every 20 minutes. Hope it crawls out of the egg so I can prove that it is actually a true ghost. Please, please, please. All right, we'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching.